So our group presentation was on the history of El Paso. El Paso used to be considered the six-shooter capital in the 1800s. This is like Sin City because there used to be saloons and gambling halls lined up the streets of El Paso. El Paso used to be very lawless in the 1800s. I think the history of what makes El Paso is the geography of the Franklin Mountains and the Rio Grande. Uh, the all group at the drive-in got its start in El Paso. Its first show was in Loretto High School, and Bancheria would eat ice cream at the Elite Confectionery on Mesa Street. El Paso was pretty dope growing up. It was, rainstorms, thunderstorms, and it was a cool place. We would go to Juarez. It was a cool place to grow up. El Paso's culture. El Paso has a culture in the Pachucos. El Paso is also considered a Chuco town. Um, another culture of El Paso is there's modern cholos. There's a big army presence in El Paso, thanks to Fort Bliss. Um, Majority of the people here are military presence, army presence. What attracts people to El Paso? I think the sense of community and food and the history, the home-like feel, and still like you can has a small feel to it, as well as the politics. It's There's a lot of democratic presence where there's a lot of resources for the people and the students, the middle school students, the high school students. It's a lot of resources that in other states aren't given to people. El Paso has also like a very carefree culture. There's on Instagram. There's a account called FitFam where like you see things that happen on the weekend, like people evading police and people running over curves. It's a crazy. El Paso is also very still has that lawless feel to it, and El Paso likes to party. I think I've heard that like from a techno DJ said before that El Paso likes to party. 7 days a week, the bar will be pretty busy, depending on the bar. El Paso and pop culture. El Paso is referenced a lot in movies and in music. For instance, Marty Robinson song El Paso, which is from like the 70s. It referenced El Paso. Steve Miller Band, also, he made the Joker and Take the Money and Run. It makes a reference to El Paso. Also, super randomly, I think my phone's algorithm picked it up, but there's a song by Kinky Friedman called The Asshole from El Paso, which was pretty random and hilarious to find. And then I have a conspiracy of Duran Duran song Real. It's based off El Paso. I tried to find if it was like specifically about El Paso, but I couldn't find anything where it said. But it's lyrics. Lyrics say her name is Real and she dances on the sand, just like the river twisting through a dusty land. And when she shines, she really shows you all she can. Oh, Real. Real dance across the Rio Grande. Now my conspiracy is my theory is that on October 2nd and 3rd, 1981, Duran performs at the Roxy in Los Angeles, possibly meeting a woman from El Paso, with El Paso and Los Angeles having a close relationship and a close association, with a lot of actors being from El Paso or having to live in El Paso. And then, on May 10, 1982, about 5 months after the tour was over, their second studio album, Rio, is released. So my theory is one of the Duran members must have met a woman in El Paso at the Roxy in Los Angeles. That being the reason the song Rio was created. And the Rio Grande is referenced in the song. Future of El Paso. El Paso still has a home feel to it, where it's very, you can come to El Paso and still feel like you didn't miss like too much advancement. El Paso will always keep its tradition. So El Paso will always seem to me, a blue state where it's very democratic and have a lot of resources. It's gonna be taxed fairly good. Mm, so that's my history on El Paso and its references.